transferred to the Virgin Mary the old pagan title of Queen of Heaven. And in the Christological controversy, there is a real and important difference between the thoroughgoing members of each party. The Nestorian extreme is the recognition of two natures in Christ so distinct as to be incapable of forming a unity. The Cyrillic extreme is the conception of God clothed in flesh, abiding among men, God taking man's physical frame upon him rather than man's nature. For a human reason and will are essential to the completeness of man's nature. Nestorius by no means intended to make two persons in Christ. Cyril by no means intended to deny that he was very man. But in this case, as in many others, consequences were drawn from propositions which their authors would certainly have disowned. Nestorianism did not come to an end on the condemnation of its founder, though Cyril and his party gained more and more the upper hand, and won over both the emperor and John of Antioch. Nestorius was succeeded in the see of Constantinople by Proclus, so that within a short time after the Council of Ephesus, the three great patriarchal sees of Alexandria, Constantinople, and Rome were in the hands of opponents of Nestorianism. Great efforts were made to crush it, but some of the eastern bishops refused to be put down. Rabulus, bishop of Edessa, though himself a pupil of Theodore of Mopsuestia, joined Cyril in condemning the writings of Diodorus and Theodore, and expelled from the school of Edessa those teachers who were suspected of Nestorian leanings. But John of Antioch was opposed to blackening the memory of these distinguished Antiochians, and the emperor forbade the post-mortem condemnation of men who had departed in communion with the church. On the death of Rabulus in 435, Ibas, one of the teachers expelled from Edessa and an avowed disciple of Theodore, became his successor. Some other of the banished teachers betook themselves to Persia, where, especially in Nisibis, the opinions of Theodore were held in high respect. These Persian Nestorians maintained an active intercourse with Edessa so long as Ibas ruled there. At a later date, under the Emperor Zeno, the school of Edessa, the last stronghold of the Nestorians within the empire, was destroyed. Its teachers for the most part took refuge under the more tolerant sway of Persia, and founded there a church which was not in communion with the church of the empire. This body produced several men of learning, and is not extinct even at this day. End of Chapter 11, Part 3. Recording by Sean F. Sawyers, O'Fallon, Missouri.